What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LOI Fan TV. I hope you're all keeping very, very well indeed. I'm joined by Luke for today's video. We're looking ahead to a massive, massive weekend of fixtures in the LOI Premier Division, a proper kind of business end of the season feel to it, as we kick into the last 6, 7 games of the season. Luke, how are you, mate?
I'm good, yeah. I'm good. Two good wins over the weekend. So life's good again because it hasn't been
Yeah,
good this been good last weekend though, so we're all good.
has
Oh,
has absolutely. Yeah, no, you're back in the kind of in the mix now. Yeah, we'll get on to discuss it, but yeah, I don't think you'll be too far away from the end of the season. Uh, we will start off though at Dalyman Park in what potentially could be the FEI Cup final. We do have Bohemians taking on Drogheda, and Jesus, that's the cup final where that's not a great showpiece, is it? But yeah, it could well be. Bohemians obviously are through to the semi-final. They played Derry at home. Drogheda, I think, are at home to Wexford, I believe. So not inconceivable that this is the FAI Cup final. In terms of what's at stake for both sides in the league, Bows have kind of had a bit of an upturn in form. In fairness, the last little while they've started to kick into gear a little bit. I think it was kind of since that Kerry game they've kind of improved a little bit, to be fair, and started to pick up. I think that big win over yourselves, a couple of points against us as well. So they've kind of got a bit better the last 2 weeks, haven't they?
yeah, well, it couldn't have got much worse to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, and like you look at the players they have, like it's really no surprise that they're starting to but like in perspective, they're still late in the league. Like, and if you would have said as a
Yeah.
Blues fan at the start of the year, they would have been saying, "What the hell? Who like how many managers did we sack?" Sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's been better the last week. So credits where credits due. But yeah, Drogheda are by no means out of form either. Like they're I know they had got thumped by Pats, but like they're in the semi final of a cup, and their biggest rivals are in a really really bad way, and you as a Drogheda fan, you're probably feeling the best about the season now than you have all season. They're probably
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
we're going to get ninth, and it could result in dating against Bowes would be a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. If they win this, they're what, 5 points behind Bows. It's probably, I don't think they're really going to catch eight. I don't think at this stage. I think
I
I think Bows probably pick up a few points along the way towards the end of the season. I just don't think they can catch them. Obviously do have one eye over their shoulder at Dundalk. We'll kind of go on to that situation later in the video a little bit. But yeah, for Drogheda, obviously they'll go there, back themselves to even make a point maybe. Douglas James Taylor has been a revelation since signing, really. Obviously scored at your place as well, didn't he? I think so. Yeah, he looks really sharp in front of goal. So definitely gives them a chance. Prediction wise, what are you thinking?
I'm probably going to go with a draw. I can't see any team having enough to win. I'm going to say 1-1. What about you?
1-1. Yeah, I'll just go for Bows to nick it, give themselves that bit of breathing space and to properly, fully, finally secure their safety for the season. Yeah, gotta go for Bows to nick a 2-1. But yeah, I think a draw is definitely within the realms of possibility. But yeah, I think Bows might just have enough quality in front of their home crowd. Might just have enough to get it done. Uh, Next up, a massive game, second against third. 4 points separating them currently. Derry City playing host to Shamrock Rovers. Now, obviously, Derry City off the back of a very, very impressive 2-0 win over Shells. Shells never really got going in that one to make their way into the semi final of the FEI Cup. Shamrock Rovers, on the other hand, obviously, as you mentioned there, a couple of good results off the back of that poor Bows result. Obviously, the 4-0 win over Sligo and a really, really good, yet controversial 2-1 win over Galway last night. 6 points from six over the weekend, and not a million miles to the top. What are we thinking?
You're trying to clickbait me, like you're trying to get me
Eh,
saying it. Then when Shell's win the league, it's everywhere.
we're not winning
So
the league. We're not winning the league. Not a hope.
only 4 points clear with 7 games to go. Start calling yourselves contenders now.
Yeah.
But no, look, it's definitely been a great weekend. Like definitely like watching a Sligo game on Friday, like it was kind of the first time the squad got motoring, like Jack Burn with 3 assists,
He's starting to get going, isn't he? A little bit Jack Byrne now. You can see him
uh,
like,
yeah, well, yeah. I wonder. It's like the first kind of run of the season where like we've had a good bench as well. Like and
mm,
it's kind of just starting to come a bit together for us now. Obviously, we would have liked that a few months earlier, but it's starting to come together now. Two good results. Derry, yeah, we just as Bradley said after the game, we enjoyed up there. Like last time we were up there, we beat them 3-1. Like so, like it's yeah, we beat them last season there as well. Derry are I know they beat you 2-0. Like hear what you have to say about them, but I really don't think they're much anything special. And by like what people are saying, it sounds like that squad's going to get torn apart at the end of the season with like 17 players out of contract. So, yeah, I just don't think not Divine. I don't think Roy Higgins has got I don't think he's done as good of a job as he could have done up there with the squad he has.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. In terms of, I think, the season that was in it for Derry, they should be top of the league right now. They should be 4 points, 5 points clear, or whatever. Um, yeah, you can see the gulf in terms of quality of squads in that game in the Brandywell. Like Derry have a much, as I think David just said, the quote kind of went around a little bit. Obviously, a bit of a motivating thing as well, but better squad, better manager, better staff, better stadium, all this kind of stuff. Not necessarily all true, but just kind of in terms of budgets and etc. There's a huge gulf between Derry and Shells, for example. Obviously, Rovers should be doing better as well in terms of their league standings, no doubt about it. But if Rovers win this one, close the gap to 1 point to Derry. Shells drop points. It's only what 5 points off the top with six to go. Like it's far from over, Luke. It's far from over here, man.
I don't. I just look at the 7 games or 8 games you've lost this season, and I just don't believe that a team has lost that many games to win the league. That's why. What you lost 3 games, is it? Like
Uh, we have lost 4 games this season. Yeah,
as well. Yeah, like it's yeah. I don't know. I can't see it, but sure. Look, I'm gonna go with a good result here, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna go. I think there'll be goals now. I'm gonna say 3-2 Rovers.
I would love it. I think we Shells need Derry to at least drop points here. 100%. I think if Derry win this, I think they could really go on a run till the end of the season. Um, Not that they've really put a really solid run together so far, but I just think the way they were playing the other night, they looked really solid. I think Andre Wisdom actually could be a shrewd signing as well. I wasn't really sure what to make of that one, but he looked solid. Like he looks like he's a big physical presence, big unit. And like obviously he's played like I think he stabbed or something. He had some sort of personal incident that made him drop from I think he was a League One Championship player, and
The
he
Derby
went
for
back.
a bit.
Yeah, yeah, and then he went down to non-league for a while after when he was recovering. So like in terms of ability and like pedigree of a player, like he's right up there. So he could be a really, really shrewd piece of business. Like, and you could see him go back to England then the end of the year or something like that. So it could be a really, really big signing for them. But I'm gonna back Rovers to show a little bit of form. We need you to do something for me here. I'm gonna go for Rovers to what do you say, 3-2? I'll
Three
go
two.
2-1. I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Rovers, but yeah, it's a tough one to call. Next up then, obviously, Galway playing host to third favourites for the title, Shells. Uh, Galway, obviously, off the back of that result last night, probably a little bit unfortunate not to nick it, at least a draw against yourselves. They find themselves in sixth place at the moment, still kind of loitering around that mid-table region with a chance of kind of cracking the top four, not too far off, and only 1 point off fourth place. So, with a lot to play for themselves, looking for Europe and their return to the top flight, which would be a fantastic season. I think without it, whatever happens now to the end of the year, it's been a fantastic season for them in terms of what you'd expect from the start. So, always a tough place to go. Shells looking a bit out of sorts at the moment. I think it's what 1 win and six or something in the league. Didn't look good in Derry at all, really. And it's just yeah, a little bit concerning.
Yeah, like I suppose like that squad, like Shell squad, like a double would have been ridiculous. Like you know what I mean? Like look for like
Yeah.
these are already gotten this far in the league, and to do it in the cup as well would have been nearly an impossible task. So like I
Part of
don't
me is
really
nearly like, sorry to cut across, part of me is nearly like grateful in a way because I think Derry are more likely to beat Bows than we are in a way, if you get me. Like, imagine if we lost to Bows in the semis of the final. You'd be heartbroken. Like, that'd be worse than losing to Derry in the quarters and Derry going on to win it, then, do you know what I mean? Like, if you imagine losing to
yeah
Bows in the Aviva, like, that would be absolute. So I think Derry are more likely to beat Bows with the quality of player they have, like, more clear cut kind of win against Bows, I feel. So it might be a
yeah. I
blessing
feel
in
like that
disguise.
it could have been like an adrenaline dump, like and like a big event and it's a build up. And I remember we played Bows in the semi final, like we got to the final in 2019, we won it, and like it was almost like the cup final itself, the Dublin Derby on the telly, you know. So like, yes, I think it's a dodge bullet, but yeah, up here, I don't know, like as you say, Galway, like they're a good side, and like they gave us a good game, and they never really kind of get battered. And Shells, I just think the name of the game for Shells here is not to lose. I
Mm,
genuinely think Duff were going there. If you offer him a job before the game, you take it.
maybe,
So
maybe.
I just think the two styles of football as well. I'm gonna go for a
I'd
stalemate
say
here.
it's gonna be a terrible watch, I'd say.
Yeah, it's just gonna be kick, lump, yellow cards, and yeah, like it's just yeah, it's gonna be that. Turn your telly off, watch the paint dry. Honestly, so yeah, nil all.
Nil all.
Waste,
Fair enough.
waste.
Waste of time. Uh, I'm gonna go for Shells to win 1-0. And I'm gonna go for Aidan O'Brien to nick a goal. I feel like this game has an Aidan O'Brien kind of smash and grab feel to it. You know, out in Dundalk, I think he scored a goal where he's kind of just alert in the box, and that bit of experience could make the difference here. Just having that bit of quality in the final third. He has been a decent signing. He's come in and done all right, as well. And he could be the difference maker, hopefully. And it'd be a massive, enormous, enormous 3 points here, especially if Derry are to drop points as well. If you and Derry take points of each other or whatever happens in your game, it could be a huge, huge 3 points. So big opportunity and a big. I think Duff is a good manager for getting players to bounce back after kind of a disappointing defeat as well. We kind of saw after the Zurich game. I think we had a couple of decent results after that and stuff. So big opportunity for Shells to potentially gain some ground this weekend. I think they have to grab it with both hands because we will drop points before the end of the season. So it's vitally important. I think that we win this by hook or
For
by
sure.
crook. Um, so draw for yourself. Shells win for me in that one. Then we have St. Patrick's Athletic, who play host to Waterford. Now, St. Pat's obviously find themselves in seventh season is pretty much over. Nothing really to play for there. So it's kind of just about Kenny seeing who he wants to keep a hold of for next year, really, and maybe trying to integrate that style of play, things like that. Whereas Waterford, on the other hand, find themselves in fourth position, only 2 points behind yourselves. Obviously, you have a game in hand on them, but only 2 points behind. Um, and they picked up a good win against Dundalk last week as well. Controversial again. I think. Did you see that handball? Did you? The Grant Thornton handball.
Yeah, yeah, shocking.
Oh my
Absolutely
God! Like despicable refereeing. Like it's clear as day. Like I just don't understand that. Like
shocking.
that's
Yeah,
just lucky getting.
I saw a video of a Waterford fan after the game going like, I don't care, it was a handball, but a win's a win.
Right. Like
Proper, proper winding up to
yeah. Um, do you fancy Waterford for fourth? Do you? Or it's such a tight
You know
mix in
what?
there, isn't it?
Oh, the reason why you caught me off that question, 'cause I was looking at the league when you were talking there, and Pats are in seventh on 38 points with a game in hand on Waterford, who are in fourth on 43 points. So, like, there's the potential there that there's
Yeah.
only 2 points between Pats and Waterford after that game in hand's played. So, like, a win up here from Pats, like, and they're they're 2 points off Waterford with a game
I
in
actually
hand. So,
didn't notice how little points were in
yeah,
it. Yeah, I kind of had
yeah.
written Pats off already in my head, but maybe they're not quite out of it just yet. Yeah, good point actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at the teams around them, like Waterford. Yeah, very good season. You can't really knock them. Sligo are hit and miss, and they've been at
Yeah,
their
Sligo will drop.
it's been decimated with like Pinnacker even going now as well. So like, and
Yeah,
then like Galway
minus
are
8 goal difference for Sligo. Like
yeah
it's
after all of
gas.
this.
Like
So
yeah,
like
yeah,
to be fair, with no cup, no Europe, like I kind of do fancy Kenny
maybe.
just to give it a little crack. So yeah, yeah. Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna say I think Pat's win this game 2-0.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, I went too early there. In terms of saying that Pats is kind of season seven buried. Yeah, definitely. Well, Kenny will definitely use it as a motivating factor to keep them going anyway, just which we might as well. And I think they need to get Europe in terms of the outlay they're spending, really. So to have European football is kind of necessary for Pats to kind of be a sustainable football club, really. So yeah, definitely not. It's mad that you're seventh in the league and still not out of the equation, really. I still think it might be a little bit too late, especially with Galway four clear, same games played, things like that. But you
Yeah,
never
it's
know.
unlikely. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's unlikely.
yeah. Like yeah, leapfrogging three teams is probably a bit of a stretch, but you just don't know in this league. Yeah, I'll go for you went 2-0 Pats, was it?
Yeah.
I'll actually go for a draw here, I think. I'll go for 1-1. Even though I think Waterford losing Asamoah, things like that as well, it has been a blow throughout the season. But I think Keith Long's kept them chugging along well, and they're still dangerous side, have a goal in them with Am and the likes as well. So go for 1-1 in that one.
Sounds good.
Finally, then, as we mentioned, there's Sligo Rovers fifth in the league, still a bit of a shout of Europe, but I think they probably will be the team likely to kind of drop a little bit into that bottom half. They play Dundalk, now we'll have to go into the whole Dundalk thing. Obviously, today we're filming this on Tuesday evening. We've had some good news today regarding the club that they have had. They've been bought out. They have an investor in. Someone's taken charge, and Ains Cuff is still involved in the club. Yeah, I don't think he has any money, but he's still involved in the club. But it's great news that they have got sorted to see out the season and then kind of go from there. Then because it looked bleak there Sunday, Monday, didn't it?
looked really bad. I couldn't believe it. It just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Like it was just kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
Dundalk are in trouble, or no, Dundalk are in huge trouble. And I was like, what? Like it's like, how can we, like, how the hell, like, if they has this? It's just bizarre. The whole thing is when even what like Sky Sports News reporting on it. People
Yeah.
outside the stadium, the John Daly outside the stadium with
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
Mount. You're looking at John Mount and you're thinking, what's he thinking? You know, or even Daryl Horgan playing for Ireland, and now he's not getting his wages paid.
Sure, you
So it's
got
just,
well, did you get a 2 year contract there like a couple of weeks ago or a month or two ago or something? You got a
yeah,
2 year
yeah,
contract extension or something like
yeah.
that. Like it's mental. Like
It's crazy. It's
I think
bizarre.
that was
It's
probably a
bizarre.
bluff to try and like, oh, everything's rosy here, invest in us, we're fine, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder. I wonder what, I don't know. It's one of those things. Let's see how it plays out. I suppose. Like, luckily they're covering out for the rest of the year, so that's great. The Dundalk situation's and it's a madness, and it just symbolizes the league and it symbolizes Irish football, and it's just terrible. But at the
yeah,
same in the same token, I think that this squad, like, you know, they're going to use that to their benefit, and Sligo after
yeah.
getting back against Rovers, and as we were saying, the squad being decimated, I could see Dundalk going here and getting a result. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like it's something that can weirdly kind of revitalize the squad and bring people together, and the fans will probably have a new lease of life now and bits and pieces like that. And like Dundalk have good players. Like it's not like they have a bad squad there. Like it's a good they're spending a good bit of money, as we can see, and they're in trouble obviously for that. But they have, as a result of that, have a number of good players in their team. So it's actually not out of the out of the kind of realms of possibility that they go here and get a result. Like and I actually think that I think off the back of that week they might actually nick a result here. I'm going to go for Dundalk to win this one 2-1. This funny feeling, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking of Dundalk win as well, but I'll go different. I'll say 1-0 Dundalk.
1-0 Dundalk, yeah. Yeah. Uh, so you're both backing them. So like it's definitely not over down the bottom. Good few games to go and plenty to play for. And it's good that it's great that the season to season. From a Shell's perspective, and nothing else, it's great that they're seeing out the season, you know.
Oh my! I was reading your posts and I was like, you've your shells hat on. You're right now. Like, save Dundalk. I was like, you just don't want to go second. That'd be 3 points off us.
We were never winning the league if that we were coming fifth if that happened. Like we were finishing fifth.
You'd
Like
be sick, wouldn't you?
oh
Imagine that
stop.
happened and then you didn't win the league by like a
Yeah.
point. Or
Oh, the integrity of the league would just be in the bin. Like it'd just be an absolute shambles. Like
if,
absolute
if
shambles.
we won it off that, it would have been 2020, but worse. Remember, like Hooban and all were like, oh, it was only a half league. They won't cut the
Yeah,
trophy.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Jesus.
imagine like it would have been a fucking disaster. But thank the Lord. Thank you. I think it's Tracy, some barrister in the dock. Fair play to him. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Amy
But
Duff. Amy Duff would have bought it if push
yeah,
came to shove.
yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, both going for the Dundalk win there. But yeah, as we said, five tough games to call, five massive games in the LOI Premier Division this weekend. And it just feels like it's a new twist and turn every week. You never know what's going to happen. So you can't make any big calls just yet. For my money, Shamrock Rovers are still favourites for the title. Don't know about you, but
Well, not if Leon Pauls has anything to say about it.
yeah, he's a good lad, Leon. Good old Leon. Can always trust on him for a blunder. Just none on Friday. Feel free after that. None on Friday. Luke, a pleasure as always, man.
Cheers, Ross. Appreciate it.
If you did enjoy the video, guys, make sure to drop a like on it down below. It is much appreciated, and please do subscribe. We're trying to hit. I think we're kind of coming close to 4,000. I'm actually not 100% sure, but getting towards that mark. So it'd be great if you can help us out. Share the video around, whatever you want to do. But yeah, appreciate you tuning in. Take it easy, guys. Catch you in a bit.